Welcome back, everybody. So in the last episode, it's not looking too good for the Starks at the moment. They've lost Moor Killen and White Harbour to the Vale, Peter Baelish, and they're marching on Winterfell now. Luckily, Winterfell's very, very well defended with a defense of 50. So I'm not sure this amount of forces are going to be able to take it. Although they were able to take Moor Killen and White Harbour so quickly. And Mance Rayder is sweeping in from the north. He's taken Last Hearth, and he's got his eyes set now on Grunmere, Balvere, and Carhold, whilst also laying siege to Castle Black, Eastwatch by the Sea. Kind of ignoring the Shadow Tower at the moment, but that is his prerogative. In the centre of the map, we kind of missed Highgarden going to war with Renly Baratheon, I think, as they've taken Haystack Hill. They did take Lemonwood in the end from the Dornish as well. Renly's got a big army around Rain House here, and the Lannisters also look like they're going to maybe try and take advantage of the Tyrells being distracted and maybe take out Bitterridge and maybe Golden Grove as well. Over in the east, Daenerys has just made peace with Khal Drogo, who managed to cut her borders in half. Now she's got one set of cities over on the east and one set of cities over on the west. A couple of places are already landing new cities on the east as well. Stannis Baratheon and Peter Baelish both got a settlement over in the east. So we'll mostly keep an eye up north here, as you see Winterfell being laid siege to. And we're going to every now and then head down to the south to see what's happening with the Tyrells. But it looks like Tywin Lannister has a huge siege army here. That's going to be bad news for anybody. Let's see what happens to Winterfell. It's taking a battering, but it's doing work. It's getting these long swordsmen down. If they can take out all of the melee units, then the Vale's not going to be able to take Winterfell away. Although they have got it down to half health now. Well, there we go. It takes out the swordsman as well. It just leaves these mounted knights. If Winterfell can take out these mounted knights, then the Vale's not going to be able to take Winterfell. Not today. Mance Rayder still coming in from the north, though. That's looking really, really risky on the part of the Starks there. Not sure where Tywin's going here. Maybe he may be smelling blood in the water and heading on towards Renly Baratheon here. Renly fighting a war against the Tyrells that hasn't gone particularly well for him. He's got a large army. Myr has declared war on Stannis Baratheon. That's not really going to be anything coming of that. That's not a proximity war. That's probably just an alliance war. Declaring war because you're allied with somebody. Let's take a quick look. It looks like Winterfell hasn't fallen. It's lost a lot of health, though. It's down to half health. And here we go. Tywin Lannister has just declared war on Renly Baratheon. This is a huge army. Tywin still holds King's Landing as well. 200 turns in. And he still holds King's Landing. So doing a good job keeping that one under his belt. But to be honest, the only person who can really make a push for it now would probably be the Vale. Renly could have gotten it early in the game, but wasn't aggressive enough and didn't make a move in the right direction. And Tywin's army is sweeping in. But Renly's completed the Red Keep. Probably build that one in Storm's End rather than King's Landing. And it looks like the Tyrells are probably pieced out with Dawn. And Renly's getting beaten back here. He's got 5 cities left, and Crow's Nest already starting to take damage. Winterfell almost certainly going to survive to fight another day. As we can see, there are no melee units left, so Peter has just pulled his forces out, as he's not going to be able to take Winterfell. He did do a hell of a lot of damage to it, though, more than I would have expected. And you can see the Wildlings have battering rams now, which are going to do huge damage to Grunmere. But it looks like they're not quite able to press that attack either. Down in the Midlands, or down in the south, Tywin Lannister still moving on Crow's Nest. With the force that he's got, with the amount of catapults here, he should be able to take Crow's Nest fairly easily. And maybe even move on to Blackhaven. Although people do seem fairly obsessed with Storm's End. But Renly's got an army in the area. This isn't going to be easy for the Lannisters. I mean, this will probably fall this turn. Because they've got mountain men. And there we go. It does indeed fall. But Renly positions his forces to try and cut the Lannisters off from attacking Storm's End. And if this is what they'd done earlier, the Lannisters, and taken Crow's Nest instead of marching on Storm's End, they could have done this 50 turns ago, to be honest, but the AI just missed the mark on that one. It looks like the Tyrells have got eyes for Renly at the moment as well, moving a lot of landed knights in. That is a lot of knights. If they can come in and take Blackhaven, themselves and the Lannisters are just going to carve up Renly Baratheon's remaining holdings between themselves, because it looks like Tywin Lannister has probably got his eyes set on Storm's End now, or maybe he's going to push through on Stonehelm. Well, you never know. He may just peace out of this one after taking Crow's Nest. He might be happy, but it looks like Renly Baratheon is doing his best to try and retake Crow's Nest. He's not quite got the damage to do it, and here we go. The Tyrells have declared war on Renly Baratheon, and that is going to be bad news for him. Let's take a look over in the east. Daenerys still got one dragon. I think that is her last remaining dragon. The Dothraki Horde were able to kill the other two in their huge war. Not got that. They're defending their borders quite well at the moment. And a lot of star forts being put down here. A lot of citadels being put down right now in an effort to defend. This is going to be... There's a huge war brewing over here. It's only a matter of time. And then up north, it looks like the wildlings kind of just lost interest and have kind of pulled back towards Castle Black now, and left the Starks alone for the time being. Let's see if Renly Baratheon can retake Crow's Nest, or if the Tyrells can take Blackhaven. There we go. They have retaken Crow's Nest. And Dawn has completed the Sun Spear. Natural wonder, not natural wonder. So that's interesting. They've been able to retake Crow's Nest, but you can see the population has taken a nosedive. It's only got 2 population left. And I'm not actually sure whether Tywin's going to be able to take that now. Most of his force is up north in Ashmark for some reason. Maybe he's thinking about declaring war on the Vale, which would probably be a good idea at the moment. The Vale doesn't have that many forces. Most of their forces are stationed, well, no, around up north. Southern cities are fairly undefended, and Renly has pulled a lot of units out of nowhere, although they are fairly weak units with these crossbowmen. He does have these Rainbow Knights and the Bannermen and the Storm Knights as well. So he's got a decent force. If he can move that force down from Crow's Nest to try and battle the Tyrells, he may not lose Blackhaven. That was looking like it was going to be a foregone conclusion, that Blackhaven was going to be lost, but it may not if he can get these forces in, although the Tyrells have pushed back now and they almost entirely encircle Blackhaven. But here we go, we've got a couple of big wars being declared now. Dawn has declared war on Renly as well. Everybody can smell blood in the water, smell that Renly is on his last legs. But here we go, the big one. Khal Drogo has declared war on Daenerys Targaryen, and look at that horde. He may actually be able to take out all of Daenerys' eastern cities here. And that is going to be bad news for Daenerys Targaryen. She is in a really awkward position. She did have an army, but I'm not sure where it is. Because if she can strike from the west, maybe take out Toloro, or retake Tolos, while Khal Drogo's back is turned, That's going to be good. The troops are holding them off from Meereen for now. But this is going to be a real pitched battle over in Westeros. Blackhaven's still not fallen. You can see Renly moving his forces in, doing a great job of just holding on. And here we go, some other huge wars as well. Balon Greyjoy has declared war on Peter Baelish. Tywin Lannister has declared war on Peter Baelish. Here we go, there's a lot of wars being declared right now. Blackhaven still not fallen yet. There we go. There we go. The Tyrells have taken Blackhaven from Renly Baratheon. Tywin Lannister wasn't really able to do anything about that. He's declared war on Peter Baelish, but then the army that I think was marching north for him has decided to turn around and come back to take Crow's Nest again because they lost that one. Over here in the east, the Dothraki are just marching inexorably towards Meereen. There's not going to be anything that Daenerys can do about this. She is hugely outnumbered. Even over in the west here, just completely outnumbered. This dragon is probably going to be able to do some good work defending. But there we go, almost taking out that dragon. These Blood Riders. There's just... The Dothraki horde is just too big at the moment. And you can see they're starting to lay siege to Meereen. That one is going to fall any moment now. We take a quick look in the east. Tywin is marching for Crow's Nest, I think. Although he's splitting up his forces now. Sending some towards King's Landing. Only doing this one a little bit half-hearted. And there we go. Dawn takes out Stonehelm really quickly. So although Dawn got a little bit screwed over early by Renly Baratheon, it looks like they are coming back now. Meereen still not quite fallen. And here we go. Stannis Baratheon has declared war on Peter Baelish. Although, to be honest, he's not really got the force. I suppose he could march up and take out Old Anchor out from under his nose, and that would be a little bit of a coup if he's able to take that one. That would be excellent work from him. And the Ironborn gotten themselves a little bit of an army up here as well. The Twins is going to be under siege any moment now. And it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of these wars. Blackhaven probably going to stay in the hands of the Tyrells, as is Stonehelm. Renly's in no position to do anything about it, and I think the Lannisters have missed out on a huge opportunity here. And they could have held on to Crow's Nest and then marched on to Storm's End, but instead they declared war on Peter Baelish. And there we go. Daenerys Targaryen has lost her capital. Meereen has fallen to the Dothraki horde, and to be honest, with the amount of forces that are here from the Dothraki, they should be able to take out Hesh, Yunkai and Astapor, and that's going to leave Daenerys in a really, really bad position. She's already getting attacked in the west as well. This is going to be bad news for her. You can see the Tyrells moving on towards Crow's Nest. That is going to be a brutal, brutal battle there. And then up north, Heartsholme is under attack. Olenna has completed Highgarden. Who would have thought? The Twins, not quite under siege. Up in the north, Winterfell is being pillaged. And Mance Rayder has finally unleashed his wrath on Castle Black. Although Castle Black is in a very, very defensible position. That's going to be difficult for him to take. You have a look in the east there. We go the Dothraki horde, marching on towards Hesh, while also about to take this one as well. Let's see how Stannis Baratheon is doing. He is definitely moving up towards Old Anchor, and that is a huge amount of Dothraki longships. They decide to go to war with somebody, they're going to do some real damage. Duskendale, also under attack by Tywin Lannister. Peter Baelish seemed like he was in a good position when he declared those wars up north and did a nice land grab, but it looks like the bigger forces in the south have had enough of him now and have turned their attention, turned their gaze on him. And he may be losing some of these southern cities to Tywin Lannister. There we go, Duskendale falls. I'm not sure if he's got the forces to move on to Rook's Rest or Antlers. Renly Baratheon is in serious danger here. These ships from the Lannisters are moving in on Storm's End, and Crow's Nest is still getting battered. Over in the east, Hesh has fallen. The Dothraki Horde has turned their attention to Yunkai now. And now there's forces coming out of Torlos towards Borash. And they've also taken Yali. And now moving on to Velos as well. So Daenerys is in serious trouble. She is getting absolutely wrecked by the Dothraki. Harrenhal still doing okay in the middle here. And Crow's Nest still not fallen. Renly's doing a good job of holding on to it. But you can see the real powers emerging now. Tywin Lannister, Olenna from Highgarden, and Mance Rayder in the north, surprisingly. Khal Drogo, his scores skyrocketed over the last couple of videos. And it's just some people making peace with Myr, the city-state. There we go, the Crow's Nest falls to the Tyrells. Like I said, the Lannisters missed their opportunity here. And it looks like the Tyrells are going to get the lion's share of Renly Baratheon's lands. I don't think Tywin's in any position to take Storm's End. Although he did take Duskendale. And he's beaten back the attack at the Twins. And look at this. The Ironborn from nowhere coming in, coming in on more killing now. Let's have a look in the east. And there we go. Yunkai has fallen. That leaves Astapor next for the Dothraki. And Daenerys is just being chipped away at. Oh, and here we go. Stannis Baratheon has taken Old Anchor from the Vale. Renly's made peace with Tywin. Tywin realised he missed his opportunity to get some of Renly's lands there. So he's just decided to peace out. The Dothraki is so strong. Moving on towards Astapor now. So Tywin got Rain House as part of the peace deal with Renly Baratheon. So that might actually be a smart move on the part of Tywin, realising that he's not going to get any land via war. So he is the first one to make peace with Renly in order to secure some of his holdings. But that just leaves Renly with Storm's End now. So no one's going to be able to take that away from him as part of a peace deal, because that would be the end of the game for him. And Highgarden, the Reach got a settler mixed in there. That's a strange move. So the Tyrells are definitely moving on for Storm's End. They want this one over and done with as quick as possible. And you can see the amount of land that the Tyrells own now. It's getting pretty big. The Lannisters are getting a little bit stretched thin now. They've got bits and pieces of territory scattered around, like this Rain House and Bronzegate and the Twins up here in the north. And there we go, the Ironborn take Heart's Home. So the Vale were doing well, but they just stretched themselves too thin with their attack on the north. And Robb Stark was able to fight them off, and now the Ironborn are coming in trying to claim their piece of the action. Probably going to take more kill in any moment now. Over in the east. Oh, here we go. Astapor is about to fall. One more turn. This should take that one away from Daenerys. And what else is going to fall? Borash may fall. It looks like the Velos has fallen. It looks like the Dothraki aren't interested in peace. What they're interested in is war, and lots of it. As I said, their score has skyrocketed over the last few turns. And there we go. Astapor falls as well. And that leaves Daenerys with, how many is this? 3, 4, 5 cities in the east. So the saviour of Westeros is on her last legs. She can't get a city somewhere else She's going to be in serious, serious trouble. The Dothraki are moving in. Like I said, they're not interested in peace. They look like they are interested in wiping out the Targaryens. And back over in Westeros, Heart's Home has now been taken by Tywin Lannister. Looks like he is also at war with the Ironborn. And he's using this opportunity to expand his influence. He's got a big army around King's Landing. I'm surprised how long he's held King's Landing. And look at this, Renly has got no forces left. Going to see if the Tyrells have enough to take him out. And he could be the first one to fall. Followed probably closely by Daenerys, as old Gis has fallen. It's going to be interesting to see if the Dothraki do peace out, or if they do just go for the full conquest, wanting to just wipe out the Targaryens. Up in the north, we haven't had a look here for a while. Castle Black is well under siege. Mance Rayder has taken Eastwatch by the Sea. That's his now. Grunmere, Balveer and Carhold still belong to the Starks, though. Castle Black is under siege. That's going to fall soon as well. And then they're probably going to move on to the Shadow Tower. So Mance Rayder's done an amazing job there, being stuck north of the wall. Yeah, I mean, he's still up in the top 4. Peter Baelish has taken a complete hammering now. Moor Cailin probably going to fall. Actually, it's not, because they don't have any land units. They don't have any melee units able to take Moor Cailin. They can keep its health down, but they're just going to start losing troops now, as nobody can get in there and take it. Tywin taking the Crossroads in. That one was snuck away while we weren't watching. So everybody chipping away at the Vale now with Peter Baelish. Storm's End now under siege from the Tyrells. That's going to be a difficult one to take. It's got a lot of defence. But then again, the Tyrells have a lot of troops. And look at that. They've snuck inside a hall over here with a little settler out on this island. So Daenerys has now lost Borash. She's down to Gozai. Who knows? She's down to 3 cities. The Dothraki. No, Lorath has declared war on the Dothraki. Everybody's scared of them. But once they finish off Daenerys, are they just going to be happy with colonising this area? Or are they going to sail across the narrow sea and lay waste to Westeros? That is going to be interesting. Definitely going to be interesting. Heart's Home goes back to the Ironborn. The Ironborn now setting their eyes on the Twins. They've finally decided to start playing here. They've now settled Great Wick. And they've got Red Harbour. Fishing Village is a huge city with 17 population there. Is that bigger than Highgarden? Not quite. Highgarden's got 20 population. So it's still a big city though. Storm's End's doing a good job of hanging on here. Looks like Peter has made peace with Robb Stark. Starks and Littlefinger no longer at war. The Starks have not had a good time in this, but like I said, I guess that's like the real Game of Thrones. They did not have a good time of the Game of Thrones, did they? Castle Black has now fallen to Mance Rayder. Who needs the Horn of Winter to bring down the wall when you've got war mammoths? Well, I think we're going to take a break there. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. We're going to see in the next video whether the Dothraki are just interested in completely wiping out Daenerys, or whether they're going to peace out after taking this city here and consolidating their power. It's going to be interesting to see if the Tyrells can lay siege to Storm's End, or whether the Renly Baratheon is going to hang on by his fingernails. And it's going to be also interesting to see how much of the Vale gets absolutely decimated by Tywin Lannister and the Ironborn. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.